So today we're going to talk about how to be a good quarterback. What makes it a good quarterback? That's a loaded question to begin with, but we're going to talk about 5 characteristics on the field that make a good quarterback. And of course, there are countless of things that make up a good quarterback, whether it's off the field stuff or on the field stuff: leadership, your character, mental capacity to absorb information, how to break down film, whatever it may be. There's a lot of things that make up a good quarterback. But I just want to talk about 5 on the field that every quarterback needs to have a good ability to do to be a successful quarterback. And we're going to watch film over examples over each characteristic, if you will. But before that, let's talk about them. So the first one's going to be anticipation, knowing when to throw it, where to throw it, what kind of ball to throw it, what defense you're throwing against. So just that knowledge of being able to anticipate when the receiver is breaking and when to throw it and where. Very important to be a successful quarterback. The next one is looking off your defender. So even if you have a pre-snap read, you've already determined where you're going to throw. If I'm throwing a deep ball or something over the middle, I need to look off that safety. So having the awareness to look off the safety and not zoning in on your receiver, that every quarterback needs to have. Otherwise, interceptions are going to follow. And then just your eyes in general. So when the rush comes, not looking at the defenders, but looking downfield and knowing where to throw, knowing where to go with the ball. But again, you don't want to watch the chaos in front of you. You need to watch the play develop. The fourth thing we're going to talk about is how to beat a blitz, because you're going to get blitzed, you're going to get pressure, and so we're going to talk about, okay, if someone's blitzing, I'm just going to replace that space with one of my guys. That's kind of basic 101. It's more complex than that, but we're going to watch how to beat a blitz. And the last one we're going to do is this footwork in the pocket. Having good footwork is a huge thing for a successful quarterback, because if you have faulty footwork, or that can throw you off your mechanics, and that will throw off your throws as well. So enough of me talking. Those are the 5 keys we're going to watch. We're going to dive into and talk about in a little more detail in these videos. But before we do, I just want to encourage you to consider subscribing to our quarterback channel. We put out quarterback content on weekly, and it could be fair game, from quarterback breakdowns to quarterback film studies to talking about what we're going to talk about right now, like how to become a good quarterback, what makes a good quarterback, whatever it may be. Any quarterback related content is fair game. So let's go ahead and dive into these 5 characteristics and talk a little more detail and watch an example over each characteristic. Here's the anticipation throw by Kyle Trask. We're going to zone in on this tight end with the hand in the ground. He's just running a little deep out, and the defender does fall, but that has nothing to do with the anticipation by Kyle Trask. He just becomes more open. We're going to watch the ball is out before the defender breaks. And it's a great job, before the tight end breaks. It's a great job by the tight end. In college, we used to call this get covered to get uncovered. So he's getting covered, he's eating up space, and he's able to have space be over here to throw the ball. Let's go ahead and check this out. So watch right here. He looks covered, but he, again, is getting covered to get uncovered. Now look at all the space he has to break out to. Kyle Trask throws it now, and as he's throwing it, the defender falls down. Just kind of perfect timing there. But again, the falling down of the DB has nothing to do with the anticipation of Kyle Trask. Let's watch from the behind the center angle. So here's who he's throwing to. To be successful at a high level as a quarterback, you have to throw with anticipation. You have to know your reads. Watch the ball's coming out now. Good throw to space. So here's a great job by Justin Fields looking off this safety. Great job in the pocket too. Just great overall play. You could break this down a lot of different ways, but for the sake of the video, let's watch his eyes. He's going to move this safety over here, the snap of the ball, and there's going to be a deep post ran here. Fields throws absolute beautiful ball for a touchdown, but it starts with him looking off the defender, so that's one less guy he has to worry about in the middle of the field. Great job with his eyes. So watch where his eyes go over here. That's where the safety goes initially. Both of them, they bite, and then there's space open here. So you see both up top safeties are moved to the Fields' right side, the right side of the field, and then Fields comes back down the middle for a touchdown. You're going to be able to see him run this way. Watch his eyes. Eyes, boom. Comes back. The safeties can't recover in time. Great example of looking the defenders off. So here's a good example of keeping your eyes downfield and making a good throw with pressure in your face. So they are blitzing, so this isn't necessarily how you beat the blitz right here. It's just a good job of keeping your eyes downfield with kind of chaos around you. So they're going to be bringing 6 guys. Texas State's going to be bringing 6 total, 3 down linemen, and then we have the 3 backers. I believe all 3 actually coming. So they have enough to block. They have 5 here. Bichelle knows the running back is taking the 6th guy, but pressure is still getting in his face. His eyes remain downfield. He throws a great ball, and it's ended up being dropped, but a good ball with his eyes remaining downfield as chaos is going around him. Very important for a quarterback to do because chaos is always going around you. Watch this play. Eyes remain downfield. Good ball, ends up being dropped, but something every quarterback has to be able to do. Keep your eyes downfield, not at the rushers and not the defense linemen in front of you. Let's go ahead and watch this again. So we'll see 6 are coming. Eyes remain downfield the whole time. He's not looking at any of the rushers, but he's able to find the open receiver. Eyes downfield, pressure, pressure. Good ball, but a good example of keeping your eyes downfield with chaos around you. So here's kind of a basic example of how to beat the blitz. So we have Sam Howell right here against Miami. Backers are within 5 yards from line of scrimmage. They do go ahead and blitz, at least this middle linebacker does. There's plenty of space through here, and no one replaces where this linebacker is supposed to be. So as a quarterback, as a receiver, as an offense in general, you're taught to beat the blitz by replacing where that blitzer came from, which is exactly what North Carolina does. They have an end route here, a little slant or a shallow dig route we'll see in a second. But it basically replaces where the linebacker would be. So backer blitzes, replace where the backer was, and that's how you basically beat the blitz. A lot more complicated than that, but as far as for the sake of the video goes, replace your player with where one of their players was. So we'll go ahead and watch it here. They blitz, middle of the field, and then they get the first down too as well. We'll go ahead and watch the other angle as well. Again, you see them blitzing through here. Place where the backer is supposed to be. 101, how to beat the blitz. So here's a good example of Ian Book demonstrating good footwork in the pocket, and for a quarterback to be successful, having good footwork in the pocket to be able to maneuver within the pocket, not necessarily rolling out, but just be able to move within the pocket is important to set you up for successful throws and evade the defense as well while staying within the play. Now, eventually he does take a few steps running this way after moving the pocket and makes a throw back this way, but still a good example of moving in the pocket that leads to him being able to do that. So we'll go ahead and watch the clip here. But again, moving the pocket, eyes downfield, but a good demonstration of why footwork is so important in the pocket. Mover steps up, delivers the ball. Probably not the most advisable throw, but still a good example of just footwork in the pocket. If a quarterback has bad footwork in the pocket, that can really throw off timing, mechanics, and just the route in general. Eyes downfield, steps up. Good job by Book. So, of course, there are way more than 5 traits that make up a good quarterback, but these 5 traits are uber important for every successful quarterback, and I would argue every successful quarterback has these traits in their game somehow, some way. And of course, there are way more than this, and we can have more videos down the road. But again, just want to talk about how to be a good quarterback and why these 5 traits are important. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think quarterbacks need to be successful, and what would you add to this list that makes up a successful quarterback, and how they can apply that to their game? And we'll see you next time on our next quarterback related video. And again, let us know if you like this type of stuff, these kind of how-tos, these X's and O's that we're going to start doing as we are entering kind of a dead period in the offseason in college and pro football. Again, let me know what you want, and we'll see you next time on the next quarterback related video.